Hi, in this unit we're going to start talking about how to solve systems of equations. So first we better talk about what systems of equations are. So when we say we want to solve a system of equation, it means we have more than one equation, so we have two or more, and we want to find solutions that work in all of them. So for example, here we have this system of equations. We have 3x plus 2y equals 7 and 4x minus y equals 2. And what we want to do is find all x and y's such that if you plug them into the top one and the bottom one, into each of them separately, they would be solutions. It would all work out. So this is called a system with two equations and two unknowns. We obviously have two equations, and our two unknowns here are x and y. And we'll talk about how to solve these, but you can see that one solution here, and it happens to be all of them, is the solution 1, 2. And we could always check to see that that's a solution. Let's check. We'd plug 1 in for x and 2 in for y into each of the equations separately. So for the first one, we would do 3 times 1 plus 2 times 2, which is y, equals 7. We want to say, is that true? Well, 3 plus 4 is 7, so that works. Okay, now it also has to work in the second one. So we'd say, is 4 times 1 minus 2 equal to 2? Well, yes it is. 2 equals 2. Okay, so that is a solution. Okay, so we're going to start with two equations and two unknowns. And this is a system of equation in two variables. Now, if you solve for y in each of these equations, these would graph as lines. Okay, that's why they're called linear equations. And we're not going to worry about, in this class, we're not going to worry about anything that graphs as more complicated things. And if you have two lines, there are three things that could happen. Kind of the first possibility is that they intersect at one point. Okay, they're two different lines. And when they're two different lines, we say that the system is independent, and they have one point in common, this point right here. And that point, that intersection, is actually the solution. So for any two lines, the intersection is the solution. So any points that are on both of them, where they intersect, or maybe it's the same line, that's going to be the answer. So we're saying up here for our example, if we graph those two lines, the point 1, 2 would be where they intersected. Now, another thing that's possible is that you actually have the same line twice. Okay, so I know this right here looks like one line, but it's actually kind of two lines on top of each other. And we call that a dependent system. And there's infinitely many solutions. We would say any point on that line is a solution. And the third possibility for two lines is that they're parallel. And we know that parallel lines never intersect, and so they wouldn't have any solutions. And so when we don't have any solutions, it's called inconsistent. And you would just say no solution. Okay, so we're going to start off by looking at how to solve systems of equations with two variables, and you can know that there can either be one solution, that was case 1. Case 2 was that there are infinitely many solutions, that they're the same line, or case 3 is that they're parallel and there are no solutions.